Jim. Jim, you up? Jim, wake up. Jim, get up. Listen, I got something you need to hear. Get up, man.
Hear what, man? Hear what?
Hey, check this out. Some gossip going on around campus about all this fracking stuff. Listen, I did some research. It's oil right underneath our house, man. Get up, man. We gonna be rich.
Dude, get your life, man. Like, I got finals in the morning, dog.
Jim, man, this is money. We gonna be out of debt. We need to start digging, man. Get up.
First of all, we don't even have the equipment. And you and them people, y'all nutted in the fruitcake, man. Like, straight up, living a dream right now, dog.
A dream?
I'm trying to get some sleep right now. You coming at me with nonsense right
now. See, that's the problem with you, Jim. You don't know how to go after the money, dude. Listen, if they making money off us and they ain't giving us none, we need to go after it, Jim. See, that's your problem. While you sleep and when I get this money, you're going to be trying to jump on my bandwagon. I'm going after this money, Jim. Go ahead and go to sleep, dude.
Earthquakes, poison water, fracking is for the birds, man.
It's not for the birds, Jim. That's your problem, Jim. You don't know how to go after things, man. Go ahead and go to bed, dude. Go to bed. The hell with you, Jim.
I'm going to do that. Good night. Thank you very much.
The hell with you, Jim. Jim, get out of here, man. I gotta save us, man.
You wild out, man. Look, you like this money get to your head, dog. Chill out, man.
It's gonna save us, man. It's gonna be jobs and everything. If I keep digging, we got a chance.
You are delusional right now. Just calm down. Do you see the earth shaking right now? Like, all because of this, dude. Like, you need to calm down, man. Like, listen, calm down.
See, after I started the shovel movement, started digging, shovels was selling out all over town. Fracking wasn't gonna defeat us. I don't care what Jim was saying. College students all over us was trying to pay off their debts by getting shovels and digging. That was our protest. We was going to get to the oil before the frackers would. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. Jim, we will pay off our debt. All hell the fracking movement. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got my man, is it Tony, what's your name? We get Tony Aquarius, the big man up in California. We got my man
Anthony Aquarius.
Anthony Aquarius. Yeah. We also got Wayne, the music maker, on the line. We're going to ask Tony a few questions, welcome him to the show. Tony, tell us a little bit about what got you into music, man. What got you into music?
Well, I mean, just kind of like, it was a long time ago. I was like 14, and circumstances transpired that, I don't know how it happened. It was like, I was looking for something, and there was these voids, and somebody said because I didn't like the way things were, I was an easy target for the spirits to come and get you. So it was like the spirits came and brought me back,
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. That a lot of people believe that like music rescue, like for me in general, I was a veteran, and art pretty much saved my life. So a lot of people think that like music in itself, any type of thing that they could get to express themselves, kind of saves them from a place where they can't really get their thoughts out. Would you say that music did that for you?
Well, music is like a chance to evaluate yourself, as you try to, transpose or create or write songs. It's really the inside of you coming out, and now you can project it in a more maybe creative or colorful way that can be, maybe observed by those who have that level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Because it's all about your level of consciousness. It's like a 5-year-old's level is not able to really cipher through some of the more complicated things, so you don't give them that.
I was checking out some of your performances, man. What got you into the Jimi Hendrix impersonation? It's almost like let me give you an example. Sometimes when I'll be looking at certain artists, it's almost like they was meant to do certain things. Do you think that what got you into Jimi Hendrix, man?
Well, yeah, like the Spears came and brought it to me. I mean, always been that. Let me not interrupt you, but like I have to say, disclosure. I've known Anthony ever since I was a younger guy, and let me tell you, he's always been that way. So there's nothing fake about this man.
Yeah.
Wayne was there. I remember Wayne was 15. When he was 15 years old, but he was like a phenom because he was playing the bass better than grown men.
Yeah.
And so we would jam, and he knows that even back then in the early days, it was at its embryonic stage, but it had to, go through its own development, and in the time, the more you put it, the more you would get out. But for all the variables to line up in a situation that's not likely, that's from a higher source. So I take credit for none of that stuff.
I hear you.
Only thing I can take credit for is that don't be scared, never waver.
That's what I'm saying. When I was looking at some of the stuff Wayne was showing me, you got so much energy, man. That's what I was like. I'm looking at your performances, and you could tell. Whenever I watch a musician, I'm always looking at how he's expressing himself with the music, man. It's like the words that you be singing. I could tell you be feeling them. So that's that kind of draw people into the music. I guess that's what you're saying when you talk about the spirits.
Well, that and see, a lot of things have to do with the connection that you have with the musicians on stage first, because playing music is just communicating with your instrument, and if these guys don't communicate with you just regularly speaking, then it's going to be hard to communicate instrumentally too, because of those confusions. Now, in New York, I played with this guy. With two guys from another country. One was from Russia, one was from Japan. And they couldn't speak a word of English, but we nailed 30 songs in 30 days perfectly because we eliminated conversation.
Yeah.
So the only way we could communicate was with the instrument, and that made it so much more solid because that's all we had.
So tell me a little bit about the Jimi Hendrix that how you got into that type of music. Do you know a lot about Jimi Hendrix, or how did you get into to pretty much using a lot of his sounds?
Well, it's like I told Leon Hendrix. We hang out, and we actually recorded that record. Together. He was on some tracks, and I told him, I said, Leon, I didn't pick this piece me. And Leon says to me too. See, so it's kind of like, the universe don't make no mistakes.
Yeah.
See, so it lines up perfectly. Divine intervention is always in effect. And there's no such thing as a coincidence or an accident in a world ruled by law and divine order.
Yeah, I like your theology. It sound unique.
That's all it is. I mean, in order to understand it, you can't just exist at the 5-year-old level of consciousness. Now you have to grow into where you have to go. And where we're going is into the sky when you die. Where is that holding cell at? Well, in our vision, we think we go up into the sky.
Yeah.
So your level of consciousness has to raise now in order for you to get closer to your direction. Because if you stay too earthy, then you cut off your ability to soar and fly and make it to heaven. So, you can make it to heaven while you're still on earth, because paradise is only in the mind. It's not in the street.
So pretty much saying it was the divine nature that saying that's how you picked you. I mean, a lot of people believe that like God gives us gifts and you can't take away the gifts. A lot of people try to suppress it. A lot of people try to hold it back, but some of us was just meant to be a certain way. That's pretty much sound like what you're saying.
That's all it is. I mean, I asked Leon. I said, Leon, before he left, did y'all see this coming? And Leon said no. Leon said no because he was getting fired every place he played because he was playing too loud and they said he couldn't play. And then the next thing, he went to the Army 5-6 years later. He's big time. We didn't see it coming.
Hey, that sounds familiar. That sounds a lot like some of the instances I can even explain in my own life, man. But it sounds familiar. It sounds like the pattern. One thing I want to say, Anthony, before I take you off the air here, is I want to ask you a little bit about a lot of people. What I've noticed about musicians, especially about Wayne, is some musicians have a character where they get along with everybody and they just have a liberating feeling. They enjoy themselves. And some musicians are kind of like picky. They like to stay to themselves. Do you think that like how you and Wayne's character is a lot? You guys like to have a good time. You like to philosophize a little bit and just enjoy. Do you think that's what makes a good musician?
Well, once again, that's the communicating part. If you can cipher through it and figure out a more scientific way, so now when you go to your instrument, you've already had a meeting of the mind at that level, so the instrument will now cover the rest of the bases.
Yeah.
So now the bases is loaded. So now all you gotta do is practice enough, and pretty soon somebody's gonna hit a grand slam, and that's when everything lines up, the songs, the understanding, the communication. Once all that lines up, and you get so tight, it just locks.
That's what's up. Well, I want to thank my man Anthony. What is it? Anthony Aquarius? I like to call him. Yeah. The man with the master plan. That's what I like to. When I was looking at your interviews, you the man with the master plan. I think.
Well, my new version of it is the electric pimp now.
You say the electric.
Yeah, look, what? Go ahead. Check it out. The electric pimp means nothing to do with prostitution.
No, I hear you.
It's just rock and roll. But what it's saying is, if you're going to play rock and roll in a man's world, a man's world, you better be ready to bring it.
Welcome back into the Pulse. We had a rough time battling the Frackers. We looked at the stats, and the outcome is looking not good for the fracking industry. What I came to find out was that there's more contaminated water threats going out than there ever was before. Children are being killed. We had a topic. Some people are pro-fracking, some people are not. Industry-wise, I hope they get it together. I'm on the side of the environmentalists. I'm sorry. I really hope that they can. I think the environmentalists, if they push hard enough, that they can clean this up and something good will come out of it. Pray for the people who have already been affected. Fracking is not good. It's going on in my city. People are losing their homes. When money starts flowing, we just got to get it together, people. So keep people in prayer. I'm a Christian, so I hope that they will get through this and they will come out on top. Pray for the kids, and thank you so much. Anybody got any last comments before we close out?
Yeah, man. If we don't, we don't handle this country of ours, man, it's about to blow. About to blow.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Pulse. Me, Brian West, the lovely Linda Ray, and Wayne the Music Maker. We'll be back next week, everybody. Have a good week.